Hey, hey, hey. It's May 19th, 2023. It's Wrestling Inc. podcast. That's what's happening. SmackDown. Taping 2 shows tonight. We saw one of them. I'm Glenn, joined by Alfred. Issa's here. Everybody, spoiler alert, Issa's a little tipsy.
Let's go!
It's the 3 of us. It's Friday. There's a new Fast and the Furious film in theaters. Let's talk about some wrestling. Alfred, what's going on in the news?
Cousin Phil is back in the news. It's basically going to be our whole news story because he continues to dominate the news in wrestling. And Issa is gearing up. She's taking herself off the screen because she's clearing her throat because she just cannot wait to talk about CM Punk, who the latest we have on CM Punk, for the uninitiated, of course, CM Punk was supposed to be featured as part of the announcement of AEW Collision, which was announced at the Warner Brothers Discovery upfronts this past Wednesday. At the last minute, CM Punk was pulled. There was an issue. It was reportedly over Ace Steel. The belief was CM Punk's good friend Ace Steel, who was, of course, part of the all-out brawl, was not allowed back in the building, and CM Punk reportedly took issue with this. There was also a report that Ace Steel was hired back but was allowed to only work remotely. AEW has denied this report, and now the latest is that a backup venue of Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, has been reportedly scheduled in case CM Punk does not show up because, of course, AEW would not be able to book the United Center in Chicago, which is a giant building, without CM Punk, who is their biggest draw and is from Chicago. So Tony Khan continues to have headaches with CM Punk. Right now in Pro Wrestling Bits, I have a piece entitled CM Punk Has AEW by the Balls. And as I mentioned in a brilliant Forbes article that I wrote this morning, CM Punk, or Tony Khan, is in the CM Punk business, and business seems to be bombing right now. That's what I think, and I have a lot of thoughts, but we also are joined by our 2 esteemed, wonderful co-hosts that are here every week. Issa, I know how excited you are about Cousin Phil. What are your thoughts on these latest developments?
We're really going to let this fall apart over Ace Steel? I don't know. Daly's Place. I feel like Daly's Place will bring a lot of pandemic era nostalgia. Don't you think?
I don't think nostalgia is the word for it, but pandemic era, it'll remind me of the pandemic, that's for sure, in terms of how many people come to that show.
Wow, Alfred. I think they're going to figure it out. Glenn, what are your thoughts on this?
Glenn, what are the answers? Give us the answers, Glenn.
Well, Ace Steel sounds like, we're playing an improv game. Give me a place, Daly's Place in Florida. Give me a setting, a pro wrestling show, and give me a name so fake, even a porn star would be, that sounds like a fake name, Ace Steel. And you've got AEW Collision. But it's an improv show, no wrestling.
So you think that's going to save AEW? Could they fill up the United Center doing that? I think is a question.
Yeah, they could bring in some of the Who's Line guys. They get Wayne Brady. I think there could be some magic here.
Those are Drew Carey is a Midwest guy. I think Ryan Styles is from Chicago, but I don't know. So maybe
do
we'll
it.
See. Who knows? But
CM Punk loves improv. Loves it.
I lived in the Midwest, and I never felt so out of place in my life as I did during that time I lived in the Midwest.
I was born in the Midwest. Shout out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's why I'm a Milwaukee area sports fan, and I root for the greatest sports teams in the world, the Green Bay Packers and the Milwaukee Bucks, of course. Shout out to them.
I once got Mexican food in New Hampshire, and I have to say,
is that in the Midwest?
No, it's not. But that's the only place I've ever gotten worse Mexican food than the Midwest was in New Hampshire in the Northeast. So it's got that going for us. It's got some of the worst pizza. And
especially Chicago. That's a pasta bowl. That's not pizza.
It's really more
New
like
York
a
pizza forever.
Well, but wait a second. Have you ever tried St. Louis style pizza? Because if you think Chicago pizza is bad, St. Louis style pizza is like a cracker with some cheese whiz on it, and they call it pizza. It's really horrible.
No, and why would I do that? I went to St. Louis a couple of times. I decided not to eat for my own safety. I think it was the right choice.
For your own safety. There you go.
I think Chicago deep dish pizza is highly overrated. And I think a lot of people think that CM Punk is highly overrated.
Finally, Alfred with a good take. How many years have I been doing this with Alfred if he finally has a good take? Thank you, Alfred. I've been waiting my whole life for this.
They call me
like
the
this.
take God because all I have is good taste. And here's the take about CM Punk. I think that when it comes to CM Punk, we really need to step back and look at what's happened with this man in AEW. I know everybody's trying to pull their punches and be diplomatic, and I'm taking this side, I'm taking that side. Step back and look what's happening with Cousin Phil. They put the world title on Cousin Phil the first time. He got hurt. They had to scramble and have an interim champion. He won the title the second time. He melted down. They had to strip him of the title, and they had to scramble. They built a whole show around the guy, and now, about a month away from this show, they're having to scramble and book another venue. I think this might not be a winning exercise for Tony Khan, but having said that, if this is the holdup, if it's Ace Steel and whatever the holdup is, CM Punk is the captain now. This is his ship. Tony Khan, for about 9 months in September, has been simping for CM Punk, trying to force him back into an AEW locker room, and it's not really working. But now that we're at this point where there might be holdups, there's nothing you can do. You've simped too much. You cannot stop the simp. You've got to go forward, and whatever CM Punk wants, he gets. And if Tony Khan does book the United Center, CM Punk will be in so much control over the next 3 weeks and have so much leverage because he could say, you know what? I want Larry the Dog to be a referee in an AEW match, or I won't show up to your little building. And he's going to do it.
You said CM Punk and Chip. If CM Punk is steering the ship, this is a Titanic Part 2 situation.
Maybe it is, but CM Punk is the captain. You can call it the Titanic. You can call it whatever sinking ship you want, the Hindenburg, which I don't even think was a ship. But
I don't understand why we're
Punk
relying
AEW
so
is.
much on CM Punk when he got injured after every fucking match that he had in AEW. Like this isn't even about All Out. This isn't even about any of that. He got injured after everything that he did. He was like, even making his entrance, he like broke a leg. Why are we so dependent on him?
Okay, so here's what we got to have happen. Okay, do you think CM Punk is coming back at Double or Nothing? You think that's the surprise next weekend?
No, I don't think they know.
They
what's
have no
going on at
surprises
all.
next weekend, Glenn. They don't even have a card.
The only surprise is if Double or Nothing does over 100,000 buys.
I mean, look,
probably they've got to
Collision, but Collision launches in June. If they want to get eyeballs on this, they have to have CM Punk come back in a shocking surprise.
When do you have him come back, Glenn? At the end of the four pillars match?
Okay, so here's the plan. Actually, that's not a bad idea, but here's the plan. Alfred, you have valid questions. You need to get somehow to the AEW press conference so you could sit there and just raise your hand like Horseshack the whole time. Ooh, Mr. Khan, I've got a question.
I mean, it's funny you mention those press conferences, or as I like to call them, job fairs or fan fest, whatever you want to call these fake media scrums.
I call them circle jerks.
Internet wrestling circle jerks. Yeah, they're that too. All of the above. Okay, so you go these. CM Punk was at this job fair last year. Here is the telling thing with CM Punk and why it's so shocking to me that Tony Khan seems to not know what's best for his company. Like, it's not like this is a different version of CM Punk who's on his way back. As we speak, they're still trying to work out whether or not he's even going to show up. It's not like he's found God or he's grown his hair out and got a coexist tattoo.
He shaved it. He shaved his hair, actually.
He shaved his head. He's even more aggressive. Like at that fan fest, the AEW media scrum that he wilded out at, he was going after Dave Meltzer. He's going after Brian Alvarez. Get it how you live. I have no problem with that. But 1 year later, he's going after Dave Meltzer. He's going after Brian. These are the triggers. My point isn't that he shouldn't be going after these people. My point is these are the triggers that led to him melting down in the first place. And now within a month of him allegedly coming back, he's still going after the media. He's still serving out these fans. He's probably even in a worse mental state than before. And you're going to bring this man back? How the hell do you think this movie's going to end?
Get in the press conference, and here's the name you need to register under: Fred Konuwa.
Oh, I'm going to do that. I got to.
And
I'm coming up into that job fair. Alfred Konuwa, I'll get a job.
Fred Khan has a thing. Oh, Fred Konuwa. Okay.
This looks like a trustworthy young man.
Yes. This here he writes for Forbes. That's okay.
If I put the dashes, it'll be too obvious. It has to be all
Fred
one.
Khan. Just do a Fred Khan.
Yeah, I can do that. I can be Fred Khan.
Because just say, oh, they misspelled my last name.
I'm the third cousin on Tony Khan's mother's side.
Yes. I think that's the plan.
Yeah, because we all know your dad is Alfred. I'm sorry, Byron Saxton.
Saxton, yeah, a lot of you talk about a rich bloodline.
You are still Alfred Saxton on my phone. Forever.
See, if I'm Alfred Saxton, I don't get into that media scrum though.
Okay, so Rampage is essentially done for as a show. It's still airing, but it's lame duck at this point.
And
Like,
if Collision debuts in Daly's place without CM Punk, you'll go from having 3 shows to 1 because that's going to be a lame duck show too.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
You ain't know.
What else we
But
got?
that's what we know so far. CM Punk continuing to
Okay.
raise ruckus with AEW. And listen, CM Punk's the captain. He's in control. You give him what he wants, Tony Khan. You've already gotten in bed with him this far. You give him whatever he wants, whether it's Ace Steel, whether it's whatever. You just give him what he wants and see what happens and cross your fingers that he lasts through the end of the year. Somebody who might not last through the end of the year in WWE. Look at that transition. God, I'm a god.
And his mic just cut out. Tony Khan is
love that.
silencing him.
He says, "God, I'm a god," and the mic is
nothing.
like, "No, you're not."
Okay,
That's
let's
Cap.
again. Wait.
That's Cap.
Okay, here we go. Alfred, let's make the best. Let's do charades. Give us some clues here.
Yeah, Alfred, come on, try to
Give us
tell us
charades.
what the.
Let's
yeah,
guess who the wrestler
charade.
is. Okay.
Okay,
How many
let's
words?
see.
How many words? Hold up your fingers. How many words?
Drew McIntyre. I
Oh,
have
drawing Drew. Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre.
scripts.
No.
No,
This is great for the audio listeners. Not Drew. Not sign.
not sign. Okay, so resigning.
Yeah, someone's re-signing. Okay, got it.
Okay, who?
Who? West Side.
W.
West WE. West.
LW.
Wesley. Solo Sokoa. Kevin Nash. Okay, this isn't working. Fix your mic, dude. This is a charade.
Fix your mic.
Look, they're not all
This was
winners,
your idea,
folks.
Glenn.
You
Yeah,
guys
sometimes
are the
they sound
worst
better.
charade players I've ever seen. I was trying to say, and I think everybody could have known what I was saying, is that Drew McIntyre's upset.
I
with
said Drew
WWE
McIntyre. I said
overcreated.
Drew
Yeah.
McIntyre.
Yes,
Wow,
we knew it was Drew McIntyre because I said Drew McIntyre. So yes, Drew McIntyre.
We
but
didn't
the
see you
rest of
say it cut out before.
Oh, really? It did.
You
Oh,
should
okay.
have
Yeah.
like made some kind of like sword. You know,
Sword,
like,
yeah.
You know, that's how you.
That doesn't look like a sword. Whatever you're doing.
It actually looks like a post AEW media scrum. But okay, so Drew McIntyre.
Yes, Drew McIntyre is upset with WWE Creative, as I articulately said in my charade. He's not happy. Apparently, these are all what the streets are saying. We've been hearing some rumblings about Drew McIntyre, whether it's a physical issue, whether it's a creative issue, whether it's a health issue, which has been reported. But it appears that the Scottish Warrior prefers to be hands-on, and that's the center of his creative frustration. This all according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Newsletter. But it appears that Drew McIntyre, who has blacked out his social media, so maybe he does have some type of tension with WWE, has blacked out his social media and has not been seen since WrestleMania, which was a great match, one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history against Gunther and Sheamus. So that's where we stand. Of course, AEW could use a big star, especially if CM Punk cuts out of there. And Drew McIntyre, especially if they get him by All In, would be that.
Like, they just booked the big guys so well.
Oh, yeah. Look at what they're doing with Wardlow.
Exactly. He looks like an angry car salesman. He went from daddy to PTA real quick. Anyways.
This is interesting with Drew McIntyre in WWE. And as much as we poke fun at AEW, I do feel that Drew McIntyre in AEW personally would feel like a bigger deal, at least for the first couple of weeks. We don't know if Tony Khan would be able to book him. He would feel like a big fish in a very small pond. Yes, I believe he would. Especially if he debuted at All In. Do you imagine that pop if somehow they're able to get him by All In? I don't know what his contract details are, but that pop from 60,000 people.
I think he would do great, but I mean, man, Big Bill's going to be really bummed.
Yeah, that would be
keep Drew McIntyre in WWE. He can go fight for that consolation rubber chicken belt.
I think that's part of the problem. I think that's part of why he doesn't want to come back, is that he doesn't want any of these consolation prizes. He feels he's owed his moment that he hasn't gotten.
He had his moment.
He wants to go to AEW, maybe.
What? How many more moments does he want? That's kind of selfish, actually, if you really think about it.
Did he have his moment? What was his big moment?
When
losing to Roman Reigns at Clash of the Castle.
No, when he eliminated Brock at the Rumble. That was great.
That was pre-moment. He was looking for his moment after that. And
Well,
since then, that's the timeline of him looking for his moment.
He became champion at WrestleMania. He beat Big Show the next night.
You know what?
Right. But it was
Wait,
a pandemic WrestleMania that nobody.
He became
That's why.
champion. Wait, you hold up, everybody. He became champion of WrestleMania, and we were going through very uncertain times. And Drew McIntyre looked at the camera, and he reassured us that everything was going to be okay at a time that we needed it the most. That is the most meaningful moment you could have.
It's true. During the pandemic, it went Drew McIntyre, then Dr. Anthony Fauci, in order of like who comforted the nation. Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre was it. Like, how much of a bigger moment do you want?
And then after that, all the celebrities singing Imagine. That was the third most
please stop.
thing
Bye.
So your pandemic Mount Rushmore has Drew McIntyre, Dr. Fauci, and then all of the people who sang Imagine.
The Imagine thing was
Gail
the
Godot?
worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, Gail gets the spot because I think she really owns that.
Who's number 4?
That's tough. Well, I mean, I think the WWE Hall of Famer who they don't mention. So
that's
yeah,
my fourth.
That's probably fourth.
Really, we're
on
not
the
gonna
pandemic
put,
Mount Rushmore.
we're really not putting Stone Cold saying "Give me a hell yeah" to nobody in the fucking Mount Rushmore of the pandemic, because that's up there for me in best moments of the pandemic.
And if there's a fifth that like wants to get on there and is never going to shut up about it, Joe Rogan.
Okay,
God.
yeah, that could be one.
Yeah,
on Spotify.
Yeah, but the man's keeping him off because he speaks too much truth.
Yes. Speaking truth to power.
So
please
Jane
read
Young,
the super chat.
Yeah, Jane Young, thank you for the super chat. And then Majestic Marie, what's up? $5. Alfred, Drew would have a big pop one night, then on Rampage the next week. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, because she's right. Love you.
Marie,
I can't argue with that.
Congrats on all the success you're having using free weights in the gym. I know that's a big
I'm so
up.
proud of her. So proud.
Hell yeah.
Big step. I've always been a machines guy because my form sucks. I need the machine. So it's good. It's good she's doing a free weights. What else is going on in the news?
Well, that is your news. And Issa brought up Stone Cold Steve Austin. I did chat with Stone Cold Steve Austin last night, and we talked about CM Punk. So check that out. It'll be available tomorrow on Pro Wrestling Bits and Forbes.
AEW, why aren't you giving Alfred the big names the way WWE does?
Maybe they do, and I'm ignoring them. Maybe that's what's going on. But I'm not going to speak on whether or not I get.
You know what they should do? They
I
should
talk to who I want to talk to. Mike Tyson, Trinity, Booker T, Austin, the people I want to talk. Saraya, I talk with.
You got to get MJF, and then you need to start like dropping these truth bombs because I think MJF will probably just start agreeing with you on all this.
I'm expecting any minute now, because AEW loves mentioning all these inside things. Any minute now, he's going to say that he reads Forbes and loves Alfred Konuwa. And I'm going to get more heat than any heel in that locker room.
There you go. What else is going on?
That's
it.
That's it?
We can talk about Roman now.
Good opening to the show tonight. So they taped 2 shows tonight. They actually started early. Good opening.
Amazing.
Okay.
It was okay. It was all right.
It was incredible. It was so handsome. Glenn, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's mystified by his handsomeness.
I mean, how can you not be mesmerized by the tribal chief? That acknowledged me tonight. It has that. It had an extra to it. You know what I'm saying?
This is why Issa has trouble dating, is because how can any man compare to the experience she gets just from watching Roman Reigns on weekly television?
I don't want to date, Glenn. There's no troubles. I stay away from it by avoiding it altogether.
But you're in this relationship with Roman Reigns, so
No, I'm in a relationship with myself right now. It's going it's actually kind of rocky, but I'll figure it out.
Is it toxic?
Yeah.
Oh, 1000%.
Do you feel safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a horrible person to date, and I'm dating myself. So
I
was acknowledging so hard. How hard were you guys acknowledging?
Well, not as hard as you. I mean,
yeah, not really hard.
No hard nipples or anything for.
It was a soft acknowledgement, like that brand split for AEW.
Wow.
I got this new chocolate ghost pepper hot sauce I posted about on Twitter in my Hot Ones box. And we had some on some like vegan wings in the afternoon as a snack. And we were like, we got to make burgers and just smother it in this fucking sauce. It's so good. That's what I was doing when Roman was on the air. I was grilling up some Beyond Burgers with onions and then smearing it with this hot sauce. That was phenomenal.
I get it, because he's not a snack. Roman is like a 5-course meal. So when he comes out, it makes sense that you get hungry and you want to go get yourself some food. Same.
Oh, I mean, the Yellow Jackets could survive all 17 months on Roman.
Oh, please. They could be out there for the rest of their life.
At least 8 seasons.
Yes.
Literally.
Calvin saying TK fears Alfred Konuwa.
Yes, he does. You better believe it.
Thank you, Calvin.
Okay,
So let's get back to acknowledging hard.
Yes. So tonight was on a bit of a delay because they were taping 2 episodes. I was getting some people text me like, here's what's coming up. But so Roman and Solo were out there and talking about everything that's happening, being confronted by Sammy and Kevin Owens and talking about this match they're going to have. And
I think you're wording that right. That were rudely interrupted by Kevin Owens and Sammy.
They said they were going to bring them out anyhow. They said they were going to do that.
Were there any mention of the what chance that Roman Reigns got throughout his promo?
Yeah, it was hard to kind of put my finger on the pulse of where the audience was with him. It seems like 1 second they were annoyed, the next second they loved him.
They were like, what, somewhere in the Carolinas? We don't count them as a real crowd, please.
Damn.
They would never be able to come near a Puerto Rico crowd. So we don't count any crowds. If you're not a Puerto Rico level, go home.
Oh, come on. Who is that at Puerto Rico level?
Nobody.
Philadelphia?
Nobody.
Maybe?
Nope.
Yeah, Philadelphia's like angry Puerto Rico. Philadelphia's like Puerto Rico with Bianca Belair's in the ring.
Angry Puerto Rico.
Angry Puerto Rico. You don't want to see that. It could get real ugly. But we don't count them. So please stop it. Get some help.
So this was the first time Sammy and Roman facing off since their match at Elimination Chamber, which was
very ungrateful, Sammy saying, not acknowledging all the opportunities that he got thanks to Roman Reigns.
This was good. And then
Sammy.
The Usos appearing and trying to crash this. I really like this. I guess we're getting this match in
Sammy Arabia.
In Sammy Arabia. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what I'm sure Sammy's pushing. Can we sell a shirt that says Sammy Arabia?
Relationships between the Syrians and
Isn't
Saudi
that
Arabia.
Crazy? Isn't that crazy that like international circumstances are what's going to allow him to travel to that country?
Yeah, there's a diplomacy situation. But let me ask you this: just a
what's
philosophical
sad?
question.
Like, I'm sorry, Alfred. Before your question, isn't it sad that all this time of Sammy and now he can finally travel there, and he's gonna lose?
He's not gonna lose.
Yeah. My question: are they gonna pin Roman or Solo? Is what I want to know because I don't think he's losing at all.
First of all, you know that Roman is winning. I cannot wait to see how he hangs on to all of these belts.
That is your official prediction. We get Roman's 4 belts.
Yeah.
No, I think the Usos are going to interfere and we're going to have a messy finish.
How messy of a finish? How experienced are you with messy finishes, Glenn?
Yeah, let's talk about that messy finish. Where you finished, Glenn? What's your messiest finish? I want to hear. That's my question, by the way.
If the finish is clean, you're not doing it right. But let's back to wrestling. I know it's Friday. I know Issa's taking care of her.
Having fun.
Issa's. Alfred, I know, you got a lot of drive. You're a young man in his prime. I understand that. I'm married. I am mellow. My wife has been out of town for 5 days. I'm surprisingly calm about this. I'm just saying the testosterone. I got my testosterone score on my blood work last week. Like it's low, no shock. But I always look at it as a sign of maturity. So not everything has to be a sexual innuendo.
No, not at all.
Boring.
Not everything.
Yeah, life is so much better when they are, though. What would life be without sexual innuendos?
Correct. Alfred, go ahead and talk about this opening segment.
It was whatever. But my question in terms of Saudi Arabia in this Sami Zayn going to Saudi Arabia is that what's worse? Because I know people were making a lot of big deals, as they should have been, that Sami Zayn was banned from Saudi Arabia and all that stuff like that, which is horrible. But
which is crazy, though, for
terrible.
A second. Yes.
Yeah.
Man, like you'd be freaked out if you were banned from Applebee's. And he's banned from an entire country.
Let me tell you, I get banned at Applebee's. Applebee's will be turned upside down inside of an hour. Nobody goes to Applebe's if I can't go. But Sammy being banned from Saudi Arabia. But what's worse? Is that worse, or like maybe a WWE approach where it's like every Russian has to be a bad guy, where like you will let your people on our TV, but we're going to make them look evil. And then you got people like me who grew up thinking that and this isn't just WWE, it's like American culture. I grew up thinking Russians were evil, period, which if you put somebody on TV and portray a certain stereotypes, that can be damaging to that reputation of that ethnicity. So is that worse than just not allowing them on TV and freezing them out?
I mean, like, real talk here. Sami Zayn does not read he does not read overtly as Syrian. If you ask most people, they're going to be like, who's the redheaded Jewish guy that wrestles in WWE, talks like Larry David, Right. Which actually, you could kind of argue what's going to go over worse in that region. But no, I think he's going to do okay on this. And I wouldn't be shocked if he's going to turn around and use some of this money for his charity for the Syrian mobile clinics. I would bet money that I will donate to Sammy for Syria, that he will absolutely turn this into a positive philanthropically for the Syrian people.
Absolutely. I would be more than happy to donate for Sammy for Syria, but he's got me blocked on Twitter. He was not very happy with all the stuff I was saying when I was supporting Cody Rhodes. So if you unblock me, maybe I'll make a nice, healthy donation.
Wow. Withholding your love and support and charity.
That kind of hurt. I'll be running down on my YouTube Shorts channel all the people who have me blocked and all the people who follow me on Twitter. And I will admit, Sami Zayn blocking me on Twitter kind of hurt.
Yeah, I mean, HBK and JBL blocked me, and I have no clue why. I think it was just collateral damage. No, but this opening segment, look, I think what they're saying with the Usos, I think the Usos are going to interfere, and we're going to just have a big brawl, and there's going to be no resolution to this.
Well, Roman don't need none of them. They don't know how to follow instructions. They don't know how to do what the tribal chief says they need to do. And if Roman needs to part ways with all of them, I'm okay with that.
Wow. You would be okay with the disbandment of the bloodline?
Roman is it. And they are all there leashing off the tribal chief. So it's about time that they all stop sucking off the tribal chief.
I do agree that the bloodline should be disbanded, but not because they're leeches. It's because they've outgrown Roman Reigns and they need to go off.
Nobody can outgrow Roman Reigns. They do not need to go on that. Roman has something he wanted to say to Sammy. He made that very clear. And the Usos came out and interrupted him, getting the opportunity to tell Sammy Zayn how he left the island of relevancy. He
was talking to Sammy tonight more like an ex-girlfriend than an ex-member of the bloodline.
No, he wasn't. Sammy's the stage 5 clinger in this situation.
I don't know. I think Roman was really into Sammy for a while.
I got abusive dad energy in that exchange, like a dad that was disappointed in his son.
I had a great dad, so maybe you had issues. I get it. You are Alfred Saxton's son, so I can understand where you're coming from. I had a great childhood with an amazing dad, so I didn't get abusive dad.
Except the time
I got the dad that's providing for the entire family, and the family is not grateful. They're taking it for granted, and it's time that this dad go get some cigarette and doesn't come back.
Do you think occasionally when Jimmy calls Roman thinks it's Jay that's calling because their voices sound so similar?
Oh my God, I had that problem. I told you about that.
Yes, that's what I'm referencing.
Yeah, it probably does happen. It probably does happen. But Roman doesn't pick up for either one of them. Roman is like me. We don't answer texts. We don't answer calls. We don't talk to nobody.
Communication is a key to a good stable, so that's probably why they're going to break up.
I talk to my dog.
Your dog talks to you.
He does.
Like David Berkowitz. So Huffman Elite Training, $5. Says TK could put Drew McIntyre, Satnam Singh, Big Bill, and Charger in a faction in AEW or Ring of Honor and call them the Unbookables, TK's Unbookables.
Book it! I like it. I love it. Wasted Opportunity is another name that they can go with.
Oh.
Kelvin R. Alexander, $5 saying Shawn Michaels blocks everyone, got me too, never said a bad word about him.
Am I blocked by him? Let me see. I don't even think I follow him, honestly. Let me see. Do I even follow Shawn? I don't think I follow Shawn Michaels. I do not follow him, but I'm also not blocked.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, I don't know why he's got me blocked.
Wow, sucks to suck, guys. Sucks to suck.
He's still a big fan of mine. I'm still on Shawn Michaels' radar, or at least I'm not blocked.
Well, there you go.
1 million followers. Good Lord. It's a heartbreak kid.
Yes, he's not just a sexy boy.
What is he?
Well, he's running NXT, So I love this opening promo. This was Roman
has more followers than Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah.
Does he really?
Yes, he does. Of course he does. Why are you surprised by that? Please.
Very surprised.
there was a certain energy seeing Roman and Sami Zayn, and I hope that they run that back for SummerSlam.
Well, Sami Zayn beats Roman Reigns in this match. That could be the SummerSlam match.
Roman Reigns is not getting pinned. Alfred, please. How about a shot of Grey Goose? You're out of it, bro.
We might
if they were to lose, Solo's the one eating that pin. Roman Reigns is not getting pinned.
Well, they're teasing tension with Solo and Roman. So if you want to swing some momentum in Solo's direction, where Solo thinks that he's the alpha, you pin Roman Reigns, and then Solo starts thinking, hey, maybe I don't need this tribal chief. And maybe he doesn't.
Alfred and his bad takes, part 235.
Do you think he pins Roman Reigns with the haluva kick, with the Blue Thunder Bomb?
Look at Glenn. He's trying to keep this together, and he's getting frustrated. Let Glenn do his job, Alfred, please.
Do we get a moonsault?
Pretty Deadly kind of a promo.
I was so happy to see them on SmackDown.
That was nice.
NXT strong on SmackDown tonight, but I do have some complaints. We'll get into it when we get to it.
So yeah, Pretty Deadly had a little promo and then took on the Brawling Brutes. And
they
won.
Did.
Solid match.
It was good. It was nice seeing them on a big. Of the talent we saw tonight, I actually am going to say that I think Grayson Waller did well, but I actually think Alba and Isla really just acclimated very quickly to main roster level performance. They were just out there. They were in their moment. They looked like they've been doing this for quite some time.
I was surprised they faced Yulisa and Valentina Feroz.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Kind of undermines the draft if NXT people could just show up.
I know. And it wasn't even for the tournament, right? For the or it wasn't even for the it was just a match, so kind of weird. But no, Pretty Deadly. I really liked this tonight. I thought they looked really strong. They looked really dominant. They got the win. I hope they do something good with the booking here, and it's not going to just get into a quick redundant feud where the Brawling Brutes are making very thinly veiled comments to put them down that are going to read really poorly, because I'm afraid that's how it's going to go.
Well, I was very happy with Pretty Deadly tonight. I thought that promo that they cut earlier, the recipe, I thought it was incredible. The charisma on these guys is just absolutely amazing. And I was happy to see them get the win here. I thought Sheamus on commentary was gold, but I was very happy to see my boys, Pretty Deadly, get the win here. I'm so glad they survived that terrible attack from Tony D.
Yeah, I'm sad they didn't
murder, actually.
They didn't sell it at all. Which
he was bleeding, Alfred. How much more selling do you want?
I need leaves. I need sewage on their faces. I need somebody with a piranha attached to his hand.
They were wearing a mesh pink shirt, and I need it in my life.
What are those Coke plastics around his neck like a fish? But Pretty Deadly looked good.
Oh, Coke plastics. Right in.
Okay, they were great.
Wait,
what kind of plastics do you think I was talking about?
No, I said the Coke classics around his neck. I was gonna be like, is that a thing? Because I could see that. I could see that in hip hop. I've got a Coke Classic glass bottle. I'm just wearing that around my neck in case I get thirsty. I want a Coca-Cola Classic.
I'm gonna start that trend.
Yeah, I think it's just back to Coke now. I think they took out Coke Classic. I don't think I've heard it referred to as Coke Classic in quite some time. But no, your thing is funnier, where it's like a sexy fish, and he's got a plastic 6-pack ring.
I really do think that whenever they return to NXT, they're going to pick up right where they left off, and that's going to be
Hope so.
Being buried in the water.
Well, they had that Twitter video.
Yeah.
With them. So no, I thought this was great. I thought they looked great. I'm excited to see where they go next. We had a tribute memorial video for superstar Billy Graham, who passed away this week.
Yes,
so well done.
Very well done. Mm-hmm. And then we had Asuka versus Zelina Vega.
Oh my God. You go first, Issa.
I guess we were a little bit vindicated at the end, but Zelina has so much momentum going after, Backlash, that I don't want to see her in this attempt. I do not need to see Bianca making the save for Zelina. And then she cuts this promo before she goes out to the ring about how she feels like she can do this and she can be in the ring with some of the, the biggest names and all of that. Match wise, I thought it was solid. I actually really loved it. I pop every time Zelina does that 619. She does such a good job with it. I popped as a Latina when she gave the chancla to that little boy wearing the Rey Mysterio mask, and the boy went crazy. But I just thought we were gonna do more with Zelina, and this is the first thing that we do, so we'll see where it goes. But Zelina just has all the momentum going after Backlash. So putting her in a match against Asuka, who is gonna get a win because we gotta build her for Night of Champions. Maybe not the right idea, but she did held her own there. She did held her own, but I want to see Selena in more winning situations than losing at the moment.
Yeah, it wasn't maybe not the right. This is a horrible decision because now they've reloaded these rosters. They have all these women on the roster. And what really baffled me about this is WWE seemed well aware of not only all the momentum, but they presented Zelina Vega as this big star. They showed you the clip of these people going crazy for her in Puerto Rico, her home country, and they talked about how much momentum she has. And then they just fed her to Asuka. And not only did they beat her, they had her submit, just like an also ran. And so I thought this was so weird that WWE seems well aware of the momentum she has and decided that this is how they're going to book her.
Okay, well, you know what's going to happen.
And then see Bianca come out to make the save when you have Selena kind of hold her own against Rhea Ripley, somebody that we're dying to see go against Bianca, right? So it's like Selena should not need Bianca to make the save for her. Selena should be able to take on Bianca. If she had the guts to take on Rhea, she should be able to take on Bianca. It was just weird for me. But
okay.
I'm biased here. 1000%. I'll admit it.
Well, I mean, not like you have matching tattoos or anything.
Where is it? Where is it? Right here. For life, baby.
Hey.
For life.
Okay, so you know what's going to happen, and this just occurred to me. She's going to get the Sami Zayn consolation prize, and she's going to team with Raquel, and they're going to be the new women's tag team champions.
No, let her win the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Go after Rhea again. I don't know.
I mean, of all the people who could pair with Raquel, Zelina.
No, it should be Aaliyah. They won the titles before. I don't want to see Selena in a tag team situation.
Okay, just you wait, because Raquel's got a mystery partner. We're going to talk about it.
I'm biased towards Zelina too. She follows me on Twitter. @ThisIsNasty.
I love Zelina.
Oh, but do you have matching tattoos with her? Thank you.
You don't know that. We both have pro-union tattoos.
And by the way, when people normally say like matching tattoos, like this is the pinnacle of that because they literally got them together.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Asuka won this match against Selena. Selena still looked good in this, but then Bianca came out after, and then Asuka again had some of that new mist, the burning mist, but a little bit of it got on Bianca this time.
I love Bianca's fit though. I'm a sucker for black leather, anything. It
was good.
It's great. I'm just not. I don't know. I don't know that Bianca versus Asuka is the first program I wanted to see Bianca in after WrestleMania. So we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, it's really a continuation. They're going to need to do something different because they're still even the mist thing is like the same thing they were doing. And I just thought it was funny that Michael Cole said last week it was a chili pepper mist. So now we're getting flavors. Are they going to start selling these? If there's a lemon pepper mist, I'll buy it.
And what's she, Jesse Pinkman putting chili P in there? Like just to,
Glenn, what flavor of mist will you buy?
Cool Ranch. No, I think Asuka needs to do. No, I think Asuka needs to do like Ghost Lifestyle and start doing collabs and doing like Sour Patch Kids mist.
Ooh.
Like I got Atomic Warheads.
White energy mist.
White energy.
Energy mist. That is it.
Yeah.
Sprays in your face.
Bacardi mist. I will buy that.
Some Cinnabon. Get that going on. Yeah, good times.
Fentanyl mist.
Chill. Alfred, chill.
Dude.
No.
Not funny.
No.
Not funny.
We don't want that.
Did I mention this about propofol? I have to get a colonoscopy next month.
Is that the Michael Jackson juice?
Yeah, that's what every doctor has said. Yeah. We're going to use propofol. Now, we know that's what killed Michael Jackson, but we assure you that we're going to administer this correctly and you're going to be fine. They met like all of them. I've had 5 different medical professionals. Every time they say propofol, they mention Michael Jackson.
I wonder if it's part of the HIPAA law now that you have to say that.
You have to mention Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
It's just really like, it's not making me feel confident about this. That they always bring up like the most famous like
person that died by it.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Well, we wish you. Is that what's happening this Tuesday?
No. It's happening next month.
Oh.
I mean,
my thoughts will be with you. You want me to light a candle for you?
Well, sure. But I mean, look. After O.J. Simpson, they discontinued the Ford Bronco because you couldn't talk about the Ford Bronco anymore. They just brought it back now because people finally can talk about it without having to mention it.
Selling like crazy.
Overrated.
Yes.
So you're saying they're going to bring back propofol? Oh, they already have it.
They already did.
Okay.
Dylan said, just found out who Raquel's tag partner is not Selena. Let me have my fantasy booking, Dylan.
Why would you fantasy book Selena into that? She's a queen.
Well, she could be champs. She could be co-queen.
That would be
Raquel
cool pairing.
Raquel can be the Duchess.
It would be a cool pairing, especially there's a lot of really
one's
cool
really
factors.
tall, one's very small.
No, just
You
the
can
Latina
tag
flavor.
in,
Like,
fill in.
let's add Raquel to the LWO. My girl
Yeah.
came to Puerto Rico and I will say, she busted out that Spanish like a pro. I loved every second of talking to Raquel when she was here in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
I don't think they featured that side of her, and they should feature it more. Because there was people that were like unsure about if she spoke Spanish, and I'm like, I mean, come on, she's as Latina as it gets. So just throwing that out there.
Oh no, I'm sure Vince would be like, so be the LWO Wolfpack or Los Lobos, because that's
Las
Lobos.
Lobas.
Lobos like Shakira.
Oh god.
LWO South America.
Yeah.
And he just have all of them lose. They would just all keep losing.
Nope. Maybe we reverse the curse tonight on the main event. We'll see.
Maybe we did.
So Grayson Waller effect. Was this on? This wasn't on Instagram, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rant about this.
This was good,
It was
but
not good.
him. Well, let me explain. Grayson Waller effect usually works well because Grayson's so dominant. AJ, I think ever since that Talking Smack appearance when Bryan Danielson like owned him with the flat earth thing, like AJ wasn't putting up with any shit tonight on this. Like AJ actually gave as good as he got to Grayson Waller, I thought. It's a different Grayson Waller effect.
Yeah, this was very watered down. Not much happened. It didn't seem necessary. Grayson Waller, all he did was predict that Seth Rollins was going to win, and Seth is a babyface, so that's not really a heel thing to do. Didn't like it.
Yeah, and at first he's like, and he's done this on the. First of all, the fact that it wasn't live on Instagram really bothered me. But on top of that, at first he's like doing all of these things where he's just like kissing up to AJ, and he used to do that on NXT. But then there would be like the swerve, right? And the swerve didn't feel as strong as what we seen him do before. It was just like, oh, AJ, you're great. You've done all of this. But Seth Rollins is going to win. It wasn't like a boom, like feel it burns. Like it didn't feel that way. And I thought he looked great. I love the introduction. I thought the introduction was great. I think it went on for like, 2 minutes of them saying all of these things about Grayson Waller. We'll see where it goes, but it wasn't my favorite thing. And I really thought that the Instagram live would have been awesome. And yeah, some people are saying maybe it was because it was pre-taped. Hopefully the next Grayson Waller effect will be slightly different, but this didn't feel like the Grayson Waller effect that we all loved in NXT. And with the history that he had with AJ Styles, it was not even brought up here. Like it was not it, but I was very happy to see him, and I thought he owned the stage. I thought he looked great, but could have been better.
I just love how, in trying to convey that he's a great talker, they're saying that Grayson Waller is the man with the triple platinum tongue. That does not make him sound like he can cut a promo.
Sounds quite interesting to me.
It sounds like its own category on the hub. Triple platinum tongue. I'd love to see the WWEization of some of these NXT guys.
Triple platinum tongue from down under. That is it. Put it on a t-shirt.
Hey.
Oh man. So no, this was okay.
Just okay though.
Just okay.
But the shirt, it was everything. And AJ Styles' hair, as always, look great. I did love that AJ Styles brought up that says it's on a movie, thing. Like I did like that AJ took advantage of that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys love AJ Styles' hair?
I like it.
It's my favorite thing about AJ Styles.
Yes.
Really?
Have you ever touched it though? Because I have.
I know.
I know. I have some. I can flex here all day, but I'm not gonna do that.
It's good because people, they say like Issa's best quality is that she's very humble. So Street Profits versus LA Knight and Rick Boogs. LA Knight came out and cut a promo. People keep talking about how over this guy is. Why does he keep losing?
Those two things are mutually exclusive. Two things can be true, but he's getting the push for sure, because they're doing the whole, this is what they do with people that they like, but they don't want to give him wins just yet, is he's getting all these tag team partners who are losing and are not as good as LA Knight, which I'm fine with it as long as you push him.
I love how Glenn says people. You mean Alfred.
I mean, no,
three people.
If I'm the only person who's saying LA Knight is over, then like I'll take all the credit for that. Hell yeah. Okay. I mean, I was in the building. You were in the building for that SmackDown. Every week, the guy gets bigger and bigger reactions.
He had a humongous pop in Puerto Rico as well, which I put on our group chat because it was absolutely incredible. But I was not okay with any of this until the end. I thought the end paid off well because Boogs and LA Knight should be like interrupting Austin Theory. Like he should be on a bigger program solo, right? But we did get a payoff. We did get a payoff to this, and I like that.
Yeah, Knight hitting the BFT on Boogs.
He's gonna be doing that with all of his tag team partners.
Did Boogs lose the match?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so he deserved that. Okay, great. Just making sure.
This is probably what they're probably going to keep doing this for several weeks with different undercard talent where they're going to lose, then LA Knight's going to just lay them out.
So Karrion Kross had a tarot card of AJ Styles.
The tarot card portrayed the hair excellently.
Yes.
But no one cares.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure the matches will be good, but they haven't gotten Karrion Kross on it.
Okay, WWE Shop, if you're watching, please just release the tarot card deck of WWE Superstars. I would just jump all over that.
So, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn took on Valentina Feroz and Yulisa Leon from NXT tonight.
NXT match. Then they're still with NXT. Valentina and Yulisa are not with SmackDown. I had to go and check.
Yeah, and Alba and Isla still have those those NXT women's tag team titles.
So is this what that's going to be? They're going to just only face NXT talent?
I don't know.
Don't you think that maybe when they crown Shayna and Ronda as the new tag team champions, they have a match against them and unify them?
Oh, Jesus. I mean, they could.
That's what I think is going to happen eventually.
The streets say that Ronda's taking some time off, though.
For what?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. She just came back. I'm sure we'll enjoy her while she lasts.
Yes. So Alba and Isla got a pretty easy win. This is a good showcase. They looked great. This was fun.
They were awesome. They fit right in. I thought they looked great. Like they belong there and they've always been there.
So they announced that Liv's injured and Raquel's gonna have a mystery partner. And in 2 weeks on Raw, there'll be a fatal 4-way match to determine the new women's tag team champions.
So were they stripped?
No, I don't think so. I never heard that.
Okay, just making sure. The contenders are what? We have Bailey. What was it?
Yeah, we've got Damage
Bailey
Control.
Right. Bailey and Io, Ronda and Shauna, and then
Chelsea and Sonya.
And Raquel and a mystery partner.
Who
okay,
I think
it's gonna be fun.
It's not Zelina Vega. I've seen online people talking about who it is. I won't spoil it. Tune in next week when we cover a pre-taped. When we cover a pre-taped SmackDown that will have been entirely spoiled, except for the video segments. That would be amazing. So we heard from Austin Theory.
Oh my God, he needs to trim that beard.
It was good. He handled the what chance very well. With a lot of the what, I'll tell you.
Yeah, they like doing it with him. They've chosen him as their designated what guy, so he has to come with his bullets loaded.
Yeah. This was okay, but he's into a Sheamus. Sheamus came out and kicked him in the face.
Oh, this was so awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than somebody that's just no talk, all action.
Fans went crazy for it too. It was a good segment.
Of course, because why would you want to see him come out and talk? No, just kick him to death and challenge him. That's what I'm talking about. I loved it. Straight to the point. It was beautifully done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a banger.
Calvin R. Alexander, $5 saying Isla and Alba look cooler than any other team on the main roster by miles. Happy to see Elisa and Valentina back together.
The president of the Isla Dawn fan club. It's not a bad fan club to be president of.
No, Isla Dawn is amazing.
I want in that cabinet, Kelvin. I'll be your Secretary of Defense. How about that?
Okay. So where were we? Oh yeah, Austin Theory got kicked in the face. Oh, let's talk about the main event. Usos versus the LWO.
So good.
This got a good 20 minutes. Good match. Interesting with LWO winning, and then Solo was getting up, looking like he might go there to help, and then Roman Reigns stopped him.
We love tribal chief that thinks about things. He just doesn't go crazy. He doesn't let his emotions control him. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the LWO getting the win here. Yes, I guess Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out, but I was so happy for LWO because I automatically assumed with the Usos and everything going on that LWO was not going to win here. And after LWO coming out looking so big after Backlash, they needed a big win, and this is a big win. I thought Santos and Ray looked incredible as tag team. This was fun. So happy LWO got the win here.
Yeah, even happier that Santos Escobar was the one who got the pin, and it was
cool
that
for him.
He pinned Jimmy. I like that he pinned Jimmy because Jimmy's the one who has a bigger problem with Roman right now.
It was so good and unexpected. Yeah. So props to everybody involved here.
I'm telling you,
for life,
the Usos are interfering in Night of the Champions. If they're in the country, that's the finish to that match.
And then Roman gets pinned.
And then Roman and Solo beat up the Usos, and we go off the air with the bloodline broken up.
Good, because Roman don't need them.
I don't think you break up the bloodline in Saudi Arabia. Like, I think you do it in a crowd that's like domestically that would, and I'm not saying Saudi Arabia doesn't care about WWE, but those are paid shows with, people in the community who are just general fans, but not really super into the storylines week to week. And I think it'd be an enormous pop if you did that in like a Detroit, if you did that in Money in the Bank Arena. There's a lot of hot crowds are going to be in front of that I think would really pop for the bloodline split. SummerSlam is going to be in a huge crowd in Detroit.
Yeah, but we have Money in the Bank before that, which is going to be in London and the Old too. Those are also good shows too. Can we play it out that long? That is the question.
Yeah. No, I mean, the bloodline.
They did it for a year. They're still stretching it out. Yeah. So what's another 6 months?
Correct. Actually, it's not even a month after Night of Champions, right? Because that's SmackDown before. It's the last weekend of June, first weekend of July. So I'm pretty sure we can still play this out. I don't know what Money in the Bank is. I had too much to drink, but. I think whatever happens, but Roman Reigns does not need them. He's so much bigger than all of them, including Paul Heyman. Please, kick them all to the curb.
No, he needs Paul Heyman.
No, he doesn't.
That man is petrified of these wet chants. He needs a guy to be in there and root him on, feed him lines.
Please, Alfred, go back to your Cody Rhodes. He's the best days.
Oh, he is. He doesn't get wet chance either.
I am pretty sure Brock's gonna kick his ass.
He
doesn't get wet chance because people are falling asleep through his stupid promos, bro.
Because Cody Rhodes
has feelings about Roman Reigns taking the pin because I want that first pin to go to Cody Rhodes, but I would be happy for Sammy.
Roman is not taking the pin. Alfred, please come back to reality.
Cody Rhodes has problems finishing. We've established this.
No messy finish for Cody?
No,
he can't finish.
From what I've heard.
Yeah, he's been writing this story for 20 years now.
It's like a
whole encyclopedia by this point.
And that's only the parts we see. Can you imagine all the parts that get cut out and don't make on TV?
It's probably the great director's cut that you get on the DVD commentaries. Those were always the best part.
Ain't nobody buying DVDs, Alfred, please.
Like 8 Mile when Eminem was torching all those freestyle rappers.
Okay,
that was cut.
That was a great idea, but when you watch those actual extras, those extra bonus rap battles aren't really that great.
Well, no, because Eminem destroyed them, so it wasn't competitive. That's the great part of it. One of them was a good local Detroit rapper. I can't remember his name ever. But
they were fun to watch. But look, I've watched the last 20 minutes of 8 Mile a good 1,000 times.
Same. I watched it 15 times in the movie theater.
Oh no, I still put it on. So sometimes I'm gonna watch the end of 8 Mile. But that bonus feature, those 5 rap battles, I've watched those exactly once, and I kind of got bored.
Those 20 times.
Really? They're okay. They're not that good. Anyhow, where were we? I don't know, but SmackDown tonight, kind of a weird show because they were taping another show, but looking forward to Night of Champions the night before NXT
Battleground and Double or
and
Nothing.
Double or
It's gonna be
Nothing.
such a busy weekend.
The busiest weekend in all of wrestling
Wow.
this year.
One show after another. Let's go.
Yeah, 3 shows, 3 PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them, in the same weekend. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. There you have it, folks. Follow Alfred at This Is Nasty. Start tweeting at Tony Khan to get him invited to the next AEW media scrum. He'll fly to Double or Nothing if you invite him to the media scrum, Tony Khan. He'll probably drive instead.
Yeah, his mic is cut off again.
Oh, Tony Khan's just interfering all the time with his podcast.
Every single time.
Alfred Konuwa, TK, Alfred Konuwa can be like the Issa, how Issa is with WWE scrums. Alfred can be the sweetheart of the AEW media scrum.
Oh, they'll love me there. Yes. I wouldn't dirty my hands, to be honest. This is all gimmick that we're doing, but I do have fun. If it's guaranteed that CM Punk is going to melt down at this scrum, I'm there. Because I'll have some actual questions for him. I'm not going to
if you ask a question, he's melting down.
Something like that.
Yeah. If you ask a question, he's like, yeah, come on.
CM Punk has me blocked on Twitter, so yes, he would melt down, and I would make it better. So maybe me being in that media scrum will give you better content.
Yeah, there you go. Follow Issa at NYC Demon Diva. That's Diva with the one. I'm Glenn Rubenstein. You two will be back on Tuesday. I'll be out, but we'll be back next Friday.
We'll miss you, Glenn.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, good.
Have a good weekend, everyone. Catch you back next time on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. Take care.